Welcome back to the series where we clean and renovate this Brooklyn Brownstone that has been in my family for 100 years. Today, we are cleaning out the entire second floor kitchen and living room. My mom and I got there at the ripe time of 6:34 a.m., but we only have 7 hours to complete all of this, so let's go. Starting in the kitchen, getting the low-hanging fruit. Found this cute little juice pitcher. This is so 80s to me. We were first working on this credenza and getting everything off the surface. We found rat poison, but thankfully no rats, which is thankfully a very common theme for this house clean out so far. Just a quick Windex to the surface, and the credenza was basically good as new. We also cleaned out the cabinets and drawers, found this Dunkin' canteen, and an ancient box full of like lotions and hand soaps. The lotions just smelled like old. God knows how long these were sitting in there, which brings us to 9 a.m. I split up from my mom and I went to the living room. I started working on cleaning out the vanity, as well as this dresser that had a lot of jewelry trees on it. Most things were unfortunately not salvageable because they fell apart when I touched them. And a quick Windex to the surface. This surface has not seen the light of day probably since the 1960s. Or later, honestly. Did the same with the vanity. By this point, I was massively crashing, so my mom and I got a quick drink, and then I started working on the living room closets. I have absolutely no idea what this is. This picture hanging on the wall is interesting. Shoved in the corner is a board game. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. A Miss Piggy mug. Definitely one of my favorite finds. Love that diva. As I was reaching in the corners of the closet, a lot of dust came down on me, and I'm scared for my well-being. But that is okay because I found a briefcase with some old school things in it. At this point, the living room and the kitchen are looking a little bit rough, but that's okay.
Mom, we have 2 hours left. Do you think we can do it?
I'm starting to lose faith. I don't know. This is just so much.
I honestly was starting to lose steam a lot at this point. But 2 more hours left. Let's go. We can do this. Working on more low-hanging fruit from the living room. Took my 1 millionth bag of trash down to the lowest level of the house and added it to Trash Mountain. I think this specific bag was really heavy. And then I was back to my duties on the second floor. But only after I picked my tripod back up. Okay, now I'm going. The bins that I was making from the living room, I put in the front bedroom. And then I was ready to clean this hidden closet. Just bags, more bags. This shattered mirror. I ran out of contractor bags, so that's where I'm going. A little walk outside to get some fresh air and get some contractor bags in beautiful Dumbo. And then once again, back to the grind.
I'm fighting for my life right now. It's too much for me. I'm not young like you. I hit my head on this. I've like literally seen stars.
Diva down. In this little bookcase section, I found old photographs, catalogs. This Sears catalog, consumer guide was so fun to look at. And then I actually ended up finding a baby picture of my brother and I. 7 hours later, the second floor living room and kitchen are finally cleaned out. I mean, look at how overwhelming the before picture is. Just piles of clothes and random objects just piled onto each other. This is such a crazy visual because now I can finally see what we need to do renovation-wise, and we still have a ton more floors to go. And at 2:48, we are finally on our way home. Bye!